Good day, everyone. So today's lesson, we shall be looking at patterns with shapes. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to form simple plane patterns using quadrilaterals. All right, so let's dive into this topic. What is a pattern? A pattern is a repeated arrangement of shapes, color, or numbers that follow a rule. And where can we find pattern? Commonly, we can find pattern in fabric design, as you could see in the diagram by my right hand side. If you look at this fabric design carefully, you will see some repeated arrangement of shapes. For instance, if you look at this particular shape here, you see it's being repeated downward, downward, downward like that. A kind of polygon shape, okay, a precise and hexagon shape. So it was repeated here, repeated, and each design in it is repeated. This is what we call a pattern. It's a repeated arrangement of shapes or even colors. Right? Okay, so we have the toolkit that we use in obtaining a pattern, and these are found in the family of quadrilaterals, such as the square, the rectangle, the rhombus, the parallelogram, the trapezium, and other irregular quadrilaterals. So it's from this quadrilaterals family that you can form a simple pattern. Okay, so we are going to see how this can be used. All right, but before we go into that, let's talk about how to form a pattern, the steps involved. First of all, you will need to choose your own quadrilateral, be it a rectangle or a square, okay, or even a rhombus, any of them that you think you want to use, that you have created in your mind. So let me pick my own design. Let me pick maybe a rectangle. Okay, so here we go. This is a rectangle shape. All right. Now the second step here is to draw one of the shape carefully. I haven't chosen it. All right, I've decided to pick a rectangle and I've drawn it. This is a rectangle shape. Okay, I can now decide to slide this rectangle maybe to look like a kind of parallelogram. That's the third step. Okay, that stops the repeat by sliding. Now let me slide this a little. Let me just slide the. Let me slant the. Let me slant it. Just to make it look unique. And then I can now, the next one, I can now repeat the shape. Okay, so this is another one. Draw another one. Let me give it a different color, maybe a color red, right? So this is a color red now. And then I can now alternate the color. So we have red color, we have green color. So I can duplicate this and alternate the color that way. Get the draw this again. Like that, like that, like that. You see, I have just formed a pattern. Okay. So the first step is to alternate the colors to give it a beautiful design, and then you check that there is no gap in between the shapes. So together, all of these has given us a pattern. You can see. So there are rules that go with the pattern. The first rule is called the translation rule. You have to slice the translation will say that you slide the shape to a new position without turning or flipping it. You could see that I didn't flip the next shape. There's no flipping. Flipping means turning it the other way around. What I mean by flipping is this: as this one is now, then I decide to now turn it the other way, maybe this way, maybe like this. No, it's not allowed. Okay. So, but if you want to do it this way, you might not really get what you want. Okay. But if you want to translate it, if you want to actually flip it, this should be done in a way that there should not be gap. Translation is allowed when there is no gap between uh, between a consecutive shape. Okay, that's the first rule. Translation is allowed provided there is no gap. Then rotation, you can also turn your shape, okay, into any angle, provided there is no gap as well, and it can reflect. So either of these rules allow you to get a pattern. Okay, so if you are going to pick any of these, either translation or rotation or reflection, ensure that there is no gap or overlapping. All right, so these are the rules that guide the formation of pattern, following the 5 steps that we have stated. You choose the quadrilateral, you draw it, you repeat the slide, you repeat by sliding, you color alternatively, like you see, alternate coloring, and then you ensure there is no gap or overlapping. So I must say that we can talk about other example of pattern. This one, this is a square checkerboard pattern. You can see, that each of them are square, so the colors are alternately um, being drawn or given in the diagram. This is another one again. This is a brick wall pattern that makes of a rectangle. You see that we have alternate painting. This is a parallelogram. You can see here too that it is it's alternate painting as well. That's alternate painting. Then we have the rhombus too, as you could see here. It shows that the colors are alternate to the next one, to the consecutive one, to the next consecutive shape. This is for diamond. So these are some examples of pattern that make use of the family of quadrilaterals. Okay, and we have considered the rule that guide it. It's a very simple process. You don't have to make it complex, because we call it simple pattern. To draw a simple pattern is very seamless. You don't have to make it complicated first. So just follow the rule, and then you'll get it. So you go forward and create yours. Patterns are the intersection of math and art, and every great design starts with a simple shape and a clever rule. So look around you, check your classroom tiles, your clothes, or even your traditional fabrics, and you will find out that the pattern you got on them are drawn from the family of quadrilaterals. So the more you draw, the better your eye for symmetry, spacing, and design will become. So you keep practicing. Any pattern you see, try to make a drawing of it and see if you can get it, making use of the family of quadrilaterals. All right. So thank you for watching. See you in another one. Bye for now.